Getting into Oxford as a Pakistani seemed impossible until I actually did it. That achievement seemed huge because I never thought I would actually get in and on scholarship. So I came to Oxford in 2019 on a scholarship for a PhD. But I think a lot of people do not apply, and I was originally also not going to apply because I thought I wouldn't get in. So today I'm here to tell you that you absolutely should at least try. If it is a dream for you, you need to try. I think the biggest misconception that people have is that they self reject and then they assess that, oh, we do not have the credentials that we need to get there. We do not have the right kind of opportunities. But the truth is, the opportunity is there. You won't find out unless you apply. Don't self reject. That is my main point here. So, one of the things I think people think about is I don't have the right kind of background. I don't have the money. Yes, finances are important, but there are a number of scholarships. Those are competitive, no doubt. But if I can win it, why not you? And I am not someone from an A levels background or a GCSE background. I belong to Karachi and I did the normal metric board, interboard, Karachi board education from Pakistan. I'm not an A level student. I was not a GCSE student. I did my schooling from a convent school in Karachi. I did the metric and inter from Karachi board. I went to Karachi University. So I didn't have excess amounts of money. I didn't have the kind of backgrounds people think are needed to get into places like these. So if I can get in, why not you? That's my question. So, if it is a dream for you, please do not self reject. Please try and at least apply. And you can also attain a scholarship. The thing is, you need to have confidence, you need to position yourself well. I think one of the things that you really need to look around you and realize is the people in higher places, the people being more successful in their careers, are not necessarily people who have a number of degrees or who have a lot of experiences. In many cases, yeah, okay, fair. Some people could have that. But a lot of people become successful because they know how to position themselves well, because they know how to speak for themselves, how to favor themselves, how to build their careers. If you're sitting quietly, nobody is going to come and vouch for you and pick you up from your house. So you have to apply, you have to put yourself out there and build confidence. Learn how to speak well, learn how to position yourself well, prepare well for interviews. Because one thing I learned from my experience is that I did really well on my Oxford interview, and that is how I got nominated for a scholarship. I didn't have to separately apply for a scholarship. So, again, if I can do it, why not you? Please don't self reject. I would again and again say, please don't self reject until it gets to you. If you have high ambitions, just build confidence, build your CV, build your credentials, become someone who is likable, who is going to integrate well. Because one of the things these elite university look for is that, are you teachable? Are you someone who's going to learn well? So you need to absolutely have a passion for the field you're applying in, but you also need to have confidence in yourself. The people here are not necessarily the most brilliant people. Yes, they are intelligent, they are competitive, they have a strong work ethic, but those are things you can develop as well. You don't have to be born brilliant or born rich to get into places like Oxford. People from all over the world come here. A lot of people do win scholarships. I won a scholarship, and again, I would say, why not you? So if this is something that is your ambition, I, as your elder sister or someone who's now gone through the process, would tell you that you absolutely need to apply and find out. Some of the tips that I would say is that you need to curate your CV well according to academic CVs or whatever the formats are going around now. You need to get mentorship if needed. Learn to speak well. Build your strengths in public speaking. Build your interview skills. Position yourself well. Work on your personal statements and then apply. Give yourself time for the application process and then apply. It will change your world in a minute if you get in. If it will change the trajectory of your life. So why not someone from Pakistan can get here? And I can tell you that if you're worried about money, I didn't have money. I got scholarship. And you can absolutely win scholarships as well. There are a few scholarships which are specifically for Pakistani students that Oxford gives, and I also won one such scholarship. I won a scholarship that looks for people especially coming from Pakistan. Yes, that scholarship only funds one person per year, so I was lucky enough to win that scholarship in my time. But there are a number of other scholarships which don't look at your background, which look at your merit and whether you fit. So, for example, there would be a scholarship for someone in engineering, and maybe you stand out the best in the engineering interviews. There will be a scholarship for people who are the most high achieving. Sometimes your GPA would matter, sometimes your public speaking experiences would matter, and depending on what field you're going in, there would be something else that matters. You do not need a number of different publications or money or a lot of other things to get in. But yeah, you need to be smart enough. You need to portray yourself well. You need to, through your personal statement and application and research proposal, show why they should select you. So you have to do the works, but don't self reject just because you think you don't belong here or you think you don't have the money. You can absolutely get here. Yes, you have to be intelligent, you have to be hardworking, and your hard work doesn't end while you just get in. The hard work only begins when you get here. There will be imposter syndrome, there'll be a lot of other things. But my point is that if you want to get in, if you always wonder if, like me, studying abroad is a dream for you, at least try, at least apply, and you can change your life because you'll get so much of experiences. And I'm not just saying change your life because of the name of a university, but just learning in an international environment, just the experiences you get from doing life alone abroad in a new country will help you so much. And I, as a Pakistani, I, as someone from Karachi studying in government college, studying the intermediate Karachi board, never really thought that anything would be stacked in my favor. But I did a lot of courses on the side. I constantly chose public speaking. I put myself out there, getting any certification I could, learned the art of speaking well, and all of those eventually worked in my favor. So do continue to improve yourself, but at least apply, and then only you'll find out. And one thing I'll say, that the worst that can happen is a rejection, and rejections are not bad thing. I have firm belief that rejections direct you to something better that's meant for you. Because before I applied to Oxford, I was rejected from a number of different places, and I think those rejections were necessary for me to finally get the courage to apply to Oxford, because then I thought, oh, I've been rejected from so many places. Why not get rejected from Oxford? But then I got in. So, I mean, this can happen to you as well, right? So, again, I would say that if this is a dream for you, no matter where you're from, as a Pakistani, I spoke on what a Pakistani can achieve. But Oxford has scholarships and people from all over the world. So, you can absolutely get in as well. And I hope you try. If this is your dream, I really, really hope you try. And if I can help in any way, I would be really obliged to do that. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, please do let me know. Bye.